What's up, everybody? Back here on Pacific Inlet today. I did not get a chance to work on Forgotten Forest over the weekend, so we'll be back here on Pacific Inlet for this time, and I'll try to get the road cleared up and stuff on Forgotten Forest for next time. But let's go ahead and jump back up in here to our job site, and I'm going to go ahead and deliver this load of wood chips, and then we'll get started with delivering some more logs. We're just about to the point to where I'm not sure what I'm going to do because I picked a pretty steep spot, and a tracked fella buncher will work, although a lot of times what you'll see on the steeper spots is a directional feller, not a feller buncher. But we'll make do. If I need to, we'll purchase something different. Not that we have any money, but we might could sell something and try something different. Well, I'm not sure if you saw my picture I posted of that little scene for Lumberjack Simulator, but I got a few things figured out over the weekend and was doing a little test scene in Unity, which is what Lumberjack Simulator is built on, and it turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with the results of the it was the post-processing that I got figured out, which is basically adds some different lighting effects and color stuff, and it's just a lot of neat stuff in there. But if you haven't checked out that picture, go I posted it both on YouTube and Facebook, so you might go check out one of those places. And it's going to be under the I believe the, well, let's see, if I guess if you go to my page, you might see that community tab or community menu. But over on Facebook, it's just one of the posts there. But Lumberjack Simulator, you know, once a good map gets built for that thing, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Oh, helps to hit the right button. Make sure that's gonna start selling. Alright, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, let's hop back over here while that's going. And let's see. We've got maybe enough for about a half a load, maybe a little more than that. But we need some more trees cut, or actually skidded up, because we got a few cut. So let's get this one out of the way first. Oh yeah, I did want to point out one thing. I almost forgot I was going to do this at the very beginning, since a lot of people just watch about 4 or 5 minutes and then skip somewhere else, I guess. But anyway, uh, so if you're playing Forgotten Forest, or actually no, Pacific Inlet, I believe, actually maybe both of them, I didn't bother this time with setting up farmlands. I just made the whole map owned or purchasable. And so the deal is, if you play, see, I never play on anything but new farmer mode. I just don't. I mean, you start off with a bunch of money, you own all the land that's available. You know, that's by default. So I just always played new farmer. But apparently, there's some of y'all that are playing on the farm manager or whatever the other mode is. I don't even know what it is. And you're saying that the land for Pacific Inlet costs like $25 million. Well, all you got to do is either play on new farmer mode, or you can open up you can unzip the map. So go into your mods folder, wherever you put it, unzip the map, go into the I believe it's the maps folder, MAPS. Here, let me cut this off so there's no sound. Okay, so all you got to do is unzip the map folder, where it says FS19 Pacific Inlet NLA Gaming, whatever. Unzip that, go into the maps folder. There's a file there called mapde_farmland or farmlands, whatever. I think it's just farmland. Anyway, open that up in a text editor, and at the very top you'll see I believe it's price per hectare is set right now at 60,000. Just change that to like 1 or something. Save that, and you can either zip it back up by going under the FS19 Pacific Inlet Gaming folder and selecting all that and zipping it up, and then copy pasting back over the top of your original zip file. Or you can just delete, once you've saved the farmlands file, you can just delete the .zip file, and it'll still open the game and play it. You just won't be able to play it in multiplayer, which, if you're playing single player anyway, it doesn't matter. But so either way, that's how you do it. And one of these days I'll get around to actually fixing that, but I don't feel like doing it right now. But yeah, I just always play on new farmer mode. I hardly ever, in fact, I don't know if I've ever played on farm manager mode, unless you're actually wanting to, like create fields and farm or something. But well, I hate the way these trees work. There they go. But yeah, I just never play on farm manager or that other mode, whatever it is. Because I mean, on the new farmer mode, you start off with $500,000, and I usually, when I'm doing my series and stuff, I usually mod in money anyway, because I need generally $2 to $3 million to get the full setup, skidder and dozer and trucks and trailers and all that, fellow bunchers and processors, all that good stuff. Need about $2 to $3 million. In fact, I think on this one, I think I modded in $2 million, I think's what it was. And I didn't have enough to buy a chip truck or the chip ramp. Had to sell some logs to buy those things. I'm probably not going to have a whole lot of time to play today, so we'll just get through a few here and try to get, you know, maybe a load or two. So I don't think we've got enough really to make 2 loads. We'll see though. I probably won't have enough time to do 2 loads either. Yeah, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out Lumberjack Simulator yet, go do that. You know, it's like $20, and it's not a whole lot to it right now. I'll be honest, but it's coming along. In fact, if you do download it and try it out, if you opt into the beta, that's where all the action's happening right now. There's lots of changes being made. I think if you play the non-beta version, I don't think you'll be able to use the mods, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a game still in development, but it's moving along. In fact, last night, which was February the 28th, the developer just pushed out a new update for the beta, which included, I believe, some new vehicles. He's got a medium-sized wood chipper and like a cargo van, I believe. I downloaded it, but I didn't get a chance to play it and check it out. I'll do that probably tonight. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm just waiting for him to open up mapping, and once he does that, it's like gonna be all hands on deck. I'm gonna be banging out a bunch of maps if I can. I've got a bunch of stuff figured out. I still wish there was better trees in the game, but I know now how to make a tree. I just got to figure out, you know, sort of how to make it look good. I attempted a tree over the weekend and it looked terrible. But I can pretty much tell you this. Once Lumberjack Simulator is a little further along in development and we get water in there and, you know, some other modded vehicles and stuff, and of course the mapping gets opened up, I'm probably still going to play Farming Simulator just because I've got such a fan base here on the YouTube channel. But all mapping for Farming Simulator is probably going to cease. And I'm going to be focusing on Lumberjack Simulator because I believe that's where it's at, and who knows what the next Farming Simulator game is going to be, especially if they don't change the game engine to have more of a you know, up-to-date feel with deformable terrain and stuff like that. Because if they don't, in my opinion, they've just shot themselves in the foot big time. Now, they still will have followers and fans and stuff, because I mean, they probably are the best farming game out there. But when you've got a game like Lumberjack Simulator that already has a lot of the stuff that we've been wanting built in, and it's a forestry game, which is basically all I use Farming Simulator for, is a forestry game, then what's the point in playing Farming Simulator? So there is a high probability, very high probability, that I will not even be buying the next Farming Simulator game. So just fair warning. But I mean, like I said, there's a high probability, but at the same time, there's a good chance I probably will buy it, but not right away, because it's always sort of that strange period of there's a new farming simulator game, and there's no mods for it, so the game really kind of sucks, unless you like harvester forwarder type deals. But that's not really my cup of tea. You know, I live here in the South U.S. and we don't run that sort of stuff, so it's just not something common around here, not something that I particularly, well, I mean, I guess I can't say I'm not interested in it. It's interesting. In fact, I was just chatting with some guys the other day. I wonder, you know, when exactly the South is going to pick up that sort of a thing. Because if you think about it, what's the normal operation here in the South? So you have a either wheeled or tracked fellow buncher that cuts the trees down and bunches them. Then you have a skidder that goes and picks them up and takes them to either a tractor loader or a trailer mounted loader for processing. Alright, let go of my tree. Let's go. Alright, so then either the tractor loader or the trailer mounted loader processes it, and you gotta have a loader to put it on a truck, a trailer. Now, suppose if you have a trailer mounted loader, you could eliminate, you know, because it's basically two of them, but it also depends on your setup. I mean, if it's a first thinning or second thinning type thing, then, you know, like a Tiger Cat 234 or something like that with a delimiter on it would be all you'd need. And if you're cutting bigger stuff, I guess you could use like maybe a buck saw or something with it. But, you know, generally around here, with these large timber companies, they don't want that big timber, so they grow them in shorter cycles, and most of the time, you know, it'll be used for pulp, for paper. But we do have a couple of mills around here that make, let's see, well, I'm not sure if the one in South Arkansas I'm thinking about still open or not. It's changed hands 2 or 3 times over the last 10 years or so. And I don't even know if it's still open. But the timber companies around here generally don't like that bigger timber, so you don't see that too much anymore. Now there is a mill not far from me. In fact, if you played my Dodson logging, come on, get out of there. If you played my Dodson logging map for 17, that is based on a real world location not far from me that I've actually toured that mill, and they make plywood, so they have a little bit bigger diameter material than, you know, some of the others, but not very much. I mean, I don't remember what they accept. It's probably going to be somewhere in the, I don't know, paper, let's see, plywood. You probably want to get, you know, at least a few cuts out of it, so I'd say probably up to like maybe 20 inches or so, maybe even less than that. I don't really know. But so like I said, there's a couple of places that probably will accept the bigger stuff. But anyway, back to what I was saying, I was wondering, you know, when it's going to be when possibly somebody around here, or at least in the South, tries a harvester forwarder. Because think about it. So if you weren't doing tree length, then you could eliminate basically the skidder. I'm having a little bit of trouble with this one today. So you could basically eliminate the skidder, right? So you have a harvester that would cut the trees up, cut the trees down, and then cut them up into the right lengths you need. And you got another machine that comes around and collects them, puts them in a, which is basically a skidder, but it would eliminate having to skid them to be processed, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And then they could already be processed and just loaded up onto a truck. once they make it back to the landing or the set. So there's some neat possibilities. Plus, that also eliminates some of the, I guess, erosion type stuff. I mean, that's a big deal. You don't want to make too many ruts, get all that erosion going, so you want to keep it nice and tidy. And by doing it that way, you could have a harvester with tracks or something, and it wouldn't leave much of a footprint. And then the forwarder, same thing really, I guess. It's got more wheels, and generally I would say leaves less of a footprint than a skidder might. So I don't know, it's interesting to think about. But now those machines are quite pricey, but then also so is a track fellow buncher or a track processor or something like that. You know, those are pretty pricey piece of equipment. So I don't know, I'd be curious to see if someone in the future around here would ever try to run some sort of a harvester harvester forwarder type setup. So I'll be interested to see that. Alright. Why are you not falling? You're literally hanging in the air. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut these a little shorter. I forgot all about that. Now this FDR trailer will handle it, but the pits will not that I was using. I thought that one fell off. Oh well. Alright, let's go deliver this one. Get us some money. Probably get close to 100,000 on this one. Maybe 90, 95, I say. 94, 95. I think that's what they've been running. And I guess back to the Lumberjack Simulator, if you do check that out or see some gameplay footage, just remember, alright, remember this, that map that is right now on the game, it came from the developer, and so that is not a, you know, I'm gonna just say, that is not from a highly skilled map maker, alright, so don't judge the game on the map, alright. Just wait until I get my hands on one of those maps. I've been studying Unity tutorials on map making. I have already spent some money, I'm not going to say how much, on some assets for the game. As far as, like, you know, well, I can't really use the trees, but as far as like bushes and grass and stumps and rocks and all that good stuff. And I'm about to drop some more on it because we were chatting last night in the Discord over there, Lumberjack Simulator, and the game developer has not added water into the map yet, but there is an asset pack called, and if you watched my video on my last one, a closer look at Lumberjack Simulator, at the very end I showed you a video, like the very last one I showed was the river with the pieces of wood floating down the thing and all that. Go check that out. That is what he's planning on putting in the map or the game, and I'm gonna buy that sucker. So that is gonna add a whole nother level of detail to that map. I keep saying map, the game. Okay, so I didn't get near as much as I thought I would, but oh well. Let's see, have I set up a course play route? Nope, have not. Okay, we won't worry about that today. But yeah, I'm telling you people, Lumberjack Simulator, once everything is ironed out and everything that we want is added in there, that game is going to absolutely blow Farming Simulator forestry out of the water. I mean, it's not even going to be a contest. Right now we've got 2 modders that are building equipment for the game. They've already added in a couple of pickup trucks. A tow truck is in the works. Let's see what else. Oh, a monster truck. Couple of semis. There's I call it the green monster. That one's in there. And then they got a Peterbilt truck that's in there. Some trailers. There's a log trailer that looks kind of similar to this one. And so you know, it's good stuff. It's coming along. So I mean, you know, if you're hesitant about it, you know, just wait. And keep watching this YouTube channel, because I will definitely be putting up more content on Lumberjack Simulator just as soon as some new stuff is added in. In fact, I need to test out the stuff that got added in last night and see if that's, you know, worthy of a video, and go check that out. Because what I do want to do, and I haven't even done this yet, I've just been focusing on getting a feel for the game and, you know, kind of what the workflow's like and all that. So I haven't really messed with the mods yet, but I will, and I'll do basically a video on that showing all the mods that are in there now. Now why are you gonna wait till right there to jump out? Jeez, can't even see. Yeah, it's hung on my tracks. Again, that's something very annoying with Farming Simulator, where the tree physics, I mean, they suck. No other way to put it. And also, here's your reminder to go check out my merch store. If you go to www.nlagaming.com/merch, you can get to my merch store through there. I've got some t-shirts, some coffee mugs, hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, all that kind of good stuff. And I have ordered some from them. I had bought a t-shirt and a coffee mug a good while back when I first set it up, but I have a let's see, I've got a t-shirt, a couple of coffee mugs, and it seems like something else on the way. It should be here in a couple days. Let's see, I don't know if I actually want to put that there just yet. I didn't do that right. And I got to look, and this actually is the Pitts trailer, because I was thinking it's only got 2 axles in the back. I was like, wait a minute, FDR's got all his stuff has 3, I believe. Which I don't really understand that. Rolling them out today. Oh, okay, that's why it wasn't settling right. Oh well. I didn't get the 4 built good. Which is sort of the #1 thing you gotta do. Oh well, it's hard to see in this game unless you hop out and go look. And the trees just don't settle like they do in real life, really. At all. Well, I tell you what, let me tell you guys something. I ate good yesterday, let me tell you. So, for lunch yesterday, my wife and I decided to go to this place in town that does, I guess you could call it home cooking or soul food, whatever. It's just a house somewhere, and they have several different meats you can choose from: fried chicken, baked chicken. I got the smothered hamburger steak. let's see, I think there was one or two other meats on there. Then you had your choice of all the vegetables, which is normally like black-eyed peas, turnip greens, yams, deviled eggs, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, stuff like that. And then for dessert, you get your pick of it's normally a pound cake, banana pudding, peach cobbler, and one other, I think. I always get the pound cake. It's good. I'm not much of a pie person or banana pudding person, but anyway, we ate that for lunch, and and I got a sweet tea and a hot water cornbread. Good stuff. And so then for supper, I grilled pork chops on my grill with some green beans. It was good. So I've got this. I've just got a gas grill, which is just, for me, it's just easier. I mean, I've got a charcoal grill as well, but I normally just use the gas one because it's bigger. But so what I do with the pork chops is to make them really good and juicy. First of all, you have to buy thick ones. You can't buy them little thin ones. Alright, so then what you do is you get some lime juice and you cover the pork chops in the lime juice, and then you take some seasoning of your choice. You could either do just like salt and pepper, or you could buy some sort of I use a Cajun seasoning, which has some spice to it, a little bit, not much. And you put that in the you cover them real good, put it in the refrigerator for, I did it about an hour and a half. To make it even better, you could go a little longer, up to 4 hours, I think. But then the trick is, once you have put them in the fridge for however long, you take them out for about 30 minutes to let them get a little bit, towards room temperature. Then you put them on top of a piece of foil, and you put two little pads of butter on top of each pork chop, and then wrap it up in that foil. When you get to your grill, you put the foil packages with the pork chops in them on the grill on the hot side for about 3 minutes per side. Then you take them out of the foil, put them right on the grill, and cook them till they're done. I cooked them till they were about 150 in the middle, and they were just about right. I overdid them just a little, but they still turned out real good. And they're just so juicy and lots of flavor. It's really good. And then the green beans, all I did was I put them in a plastic tub with some little bit of, you can use olive oil or vegetable oil, and then put some garlic powder in there, a little bit of salt, mix it all up good. And I've got a little perforated tray that I put on my grill that I grill the veggies on, and well, that turned out good. Has some mashed potatoes to go with it. Good eating yesterday. Let's see, that's probably a little bit too close. Alright, let's see. Well, we got a couple loads, so we haven't done any cutting today. Let's see, where do we want to go? I don't have much longer to do. I think what I'm going to do is get all the equipment moved over here on this side of the road, and we'll cut down that way. Because, I mean, it's not like we got, specific places to cut. Alright everybody, well that's about all the time I got for today. Got a few trees cut anyway, and we'll work towards probably cutting on out this way. I'm not even sure what's over here. Well, there's a floating tree, that's what's over here. Thought I caught all those. Oh well, yeah, I did some terrain modifying over here, and I thought I had gotten all those. I missed that one. Oh well. Let's see, yeah, so that just drops off, so we can't go too much further. But we'll probably cut on around this way a little ways. And that gets pretty steep down there, so I don't know, that'd be actually a pretty good yarding opportunity right there. I may have to get a yarder, because we got a pretty nice little spot here to do it. Okay, we might try that for next time. And then over here, let's see what we got going on. I think it drops off pretty steep over here. Well, actually, it drops off a little, then it. So we can come cut it over this way. And probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a little longer, maybe 2-3 more episodes, maybe 4, something like that, and then we'll move to another spot and cut. In fact, I probably want to get a little closer to the sawmill. Or we might, let's see, we can't really do much over in the swampy area. So a lot of those trees, well, I mean, we could cut a lot of the trees, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of them over there. So we'll probably go closer to the sawmill. But anyway, I'm going to grab a screenshot. Thanks for watching. We will catch you next time. Have a good one.